Hi guys, George here. I'm going to bring to you another video about how I played Scenario 4 from HAZMO, Kids These Days, solo. I do apologize for not bringing to you a video last week. My plate is full these days with a lot of challenges, and but I did use my time productively in taking part in a virtual tournament organized by David Garvin. Hats off to all the gentlemen that participated last week. It was a great tournament, and I got to meet quite a few interesting ASL players from the United States and the eastern coast of Canada. So it was time well spent. But in terms of challenges, with the situation here where we live, it's pretty challenging, and the weather kind of helps indoor life, but at the same token, staying indoors can be very challenging as well. Just to give you a little indicator of what's going on, at this point in time, we have minus 30 Celsius out there, frigid cold. So this is an interesting scenario because, let's move right along into this topic, because the German forces have to start HIP. And you can set up your forces. It's basically the German sets up first and then HIP, if you set up in concealment terrain, and then you move forward by deploying your and setting up your British forces. So ideally, in an ideal situation, the British player will not have any knowledge where the Germans are set up. So how do you do this solo? So basically, I kind of reversed the setup rules. So the British player will set up first, and the German player will set up HIP using a form of random selection. What do I mean by random selection is, well, when you're playing solo, you have to play both sides to the best of your ability, but you want that element of surprise. So how I did it was, I came here, and what these are they're little labels, and you get the labels from your counter tray, not your counter tray. It's from the overlays here. Okay, let me bring that forward. You pick one of these labels, and what I did with each label here was I gave it a letter coordinate, and then the two numbers here represent a sum of a number. Let's delete that. Okay. So what sum am I referring to? So these hexes here that have a label in them are the locations where I would, as a German player, best be suited to deploy my forces. Okay, so I selected a few locations. In addition, according to the rules, you need to have 2 fortified locations, and for the 2 fortified locations, they have to be in a stone building. So I designated the areas where the units would best be deployed, and in addition to that, I made a couple of groups, pre-designated some groups. So here I have the AT gun by itself, and then 4 squads to 4 entrenchments or trenches. And then I said to myself, in the fortified locations, I want to put the leader with the best armament, support weapons there possibly could be. Now, these units, these reinforcements, you can just play them to the best of your ability, but these guys should present to the British player an element of surprise. So we have 2 sets of random locations. One set pertains to where these groups will be, and the other set will be where are the fortified locations going to be. and these are selected after the British forces set up. Okay, so in order to facilitate that random selection, I did a little spreadsheet. So this is for the these fire groups here, right? Let's go back to Excel. Based on upon each British unit expending a movement factor or a movement point, I will roll a 2d6, and these numbers represent pairs that sum to 7, 6, and 8. Okay, and the first number is the colored dice roll. The second one is the white die roll. So for 6 and 1, you have two different combinations, and they represent location A and B on the map. Okay, and then you do a second DR to see which group will go in which hex. Okay. And for the fortified hexes, I put the dice roll right here. 1 to 4, the unit sets up here. 10 to 12, the unit sets up here. 9 here. 6, 8, 7, 5. So the Fort 5 represents a DR, capital DR of a 5. And then you subsequently roll again. If it's greater than or equal to 5, these pair of units go there. Or if it's less than 5, they'll end up there. And for the mines, I said there were going to be for each movement factor expended. Let's just make sure that is correct. For each movement factor expended, here, mines appear if AFE rolls doubles on DR. Roll 1 for every 2 MPs, even if in delay. Enemy and friendly AFEs must roll until 2 mine factors appear. So if you're also rolling to see if a mine appears with an enemy AFE, it means that the friendly units can be afflicted by a mine attack as well. So let's step through the log and see how this unravels. So right now, this is the first thing that I'm doing, is setting up my British forces, and I'm setting up for the safest assault I can on the village. And now I just selected the fortified locations by random selection. We got this one and this one occupied by each of these forces. And at first, I said to myself, really, this is not a really good location, but it turns out it is, because his flanks are protected because we have a black bar here, but he can exert firepower here, 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 and so the avenue of approach, it can be to advance into the close combat with him using bypass movement in the advance phase from either of these two locations, but before you get there, you have to expend quite a few movement points to get there in any amount of reasonable amount of force. So he is protected somewhat from a flank attack. So let's move right along. So now we know that these are the fortified locations. Yeah, it is a bit, it is a bit of spoiler, but still, ultimately we didn't know if where exactly they would be. So now, as the units are moving, I'm rolling to see if any German units will appear somewhere. and this unit's number popped up, and he was selected to appear here. Turn discovered arc. So we activated another unit there. So basically this guy is like a flank guard. Okay. So we have a couple of reveals. Boom, one factor, mine attack right there. This is, I believe, residual firepower. That dude stays in motion. We're moving. And this is the first casualty of a mine attack by the little randomness, the random sheet that I / rules that I came up with to play the scenario. Right there, burning wreck, right off the bat. I think this little randomness, roll, and if you get doubles, you're subject to a mine factor. The mine factors are pre-designated, and worked out pretty well, I think, better than the hip rules, and it caused damage to the British player as well. Nescafe, guys, Nescafe. Nothing fancy. Tastes good. All right. Now another unit passed up here. I said, with all these, I was sick and tired of all the DRs. I said, all right, why not put 2 units in this hex? I'm not sure if I can put 2 units in a trench or not, but I did. One way or another, I just wanted the game to get rolling. I may have lost patience, and now we're doing a first fire attack, and it resulted in a casualty reduction, as you can see, the dice there. Let's make the map a little bigger. There you go. Let's focus in on the action here. So you have a bit of a conundrum there. Let's move along. So 1 unit fired on one side, 1 unit fired on the other flank. And I believe I am logging these attacks. Right, I'm logging them in the chat. No effect, SAN, casualty reduction. I'll keep the text on the other side of the screen here. So what is going on there? 8 infantry fire table, +2 for the terrain, +1 for buttoned up, +4 for motion. So this, I believe this tank is firing down there, and it is advancing fire phase. Got the Axis SAN. And there's the SAN activation. Eliminates dummy stack, wounds SMC, stuns crew exposed, pins MMC, inherit crew of certain vehicles, sniper A 14.3. Rolling for direction and distance, 6-1. Random selection. Looks like the leader got it. Another SAM activation. Axis SAM again. Rolling, trying to dislodge the Germans from the advancing fire phase. Okay, now we're rolling for the mortar. to hit 7 IFT. Snake Eyes, 2 -1 for Airburst. Forgot the previous on the previous shot, 1 KIA. Pretty bad. Rolling for close combat. Yeah, there you are. That was a mistake. That was a really big mistake. Getting those British units in there with the 6.58s. There was an ambush. So this is the advance phase, turn 1. Alright, and let's pause the video and load the second log. Okay, so this is Axis turn 1. Let's move right along. What do we got there? Oh, we got an AK. So these two squads will be firing to this squad up here in L15. Let's see what happens there. Are we on prep fire? Yep, prep fire. German turn 1. It was a 12 up 0 shot, got a 5, 2 MC. Axis SAN activation is 5. Ain't gonna happen. And that's all she wrote for the German prep fire phase. We're already on defensive fire phase, and we're firing at those 6.58s that are making our advance pretty difficult. Okay, so 8 up 2, Allied SAN, but we have a 2 morale checks, so we gotta roll 6 or less. 1 breaks, 1 makes it. Let's take a look. There it is. These guys snap back at a morale level of 9, 1 higher than the printed front value. Here we go again with an 8 ITT shot from the tank now. 8 infantry target type, +1 buttoned up, -1 AC, +2 TEM. I calculated that to be a 6 to hit. Hits. Does he have rate? Nope. And here's the famous rate with a white backdrop, which means in gun duels, this the gun duel modifiers are halved, which is interesting. So thanks to Jim Bishop for the tutorial on that one. Here we go, rolling the Allied SAN, and it's a small SAN. Where is the British SAN? Did we forget to put it on the board? Let's see what happens. Hopefully we can figure it out. I think we forgot to put it on the board. Oh, there he is. There he is. All right. Main armament fired. We did some damage there. Oh, we did roll Yahtzees as well in the random selection. So now we concealed a couple of units. Should have concealed this guy up here as well. Yep, we did. Okay, good. But as you can see now, pretty much the road to for the British to advance is pretty much clear. And we're still now Allied turn 2. He bounces back up, rally phase. He's moving. Move. We should have removed the motion marker. But as he's moving, he rolls doubles. So we're rolling a 2d6 every 2 movement points to see if we get doubles. Doubles means you got a mind factor. There it is. he escapes a mine attack, in and out. There you go. And takes a LOS check. His LOS is blocked. And rerolled for no good reason. Now we're going CX and we're going all in against the village. Alright, he pops his head up open, Mr. Drewer, Lieutenant Drewer, and this dude is going to fire, I suppose. Let him take a defensive first fire attack. Misses the blocage, so we're good to go. And he lost his concealment, but gets a -1 AC. Guess this dude was taken out by the that previous attack from the mortar. Here we go. CXing and moving all the way up. I believe this guy got wounded from a sniper attack. Horrible. But he's not out of the game. And the other tank follows up. So we already have one burning blaze there. Where's he going? Oh. This dude is DM'd and surrounded. We rolled boxcars. Yep. The advanced fire, so these units are firing at them. Rolled boxcars. Yeah. Advancing slowly into the tree line. So this is your safest route to advance. What I would recommend really would be an armor assault to bring some infantry, your best lead, probably your best leaders, and your lightest support weapons. Bring them up into the tree line, and then start working the village this way. If you guys play the scenario and you have a different approach, feel free to share your information. So where are we at now is player turn, Axis turn 2, rally phase, I believe. Let's continue. Somebody got damaged here. Yeah. Rolled a 12 up 2 attack. Right, so we previously rolled 7. There was an 8 infantry target type, -1 for the AC, +1 for the 10. We rolled a 7. So it was a hit. And then everybody failed their morale check in there. And we don't have loss. Touches the blocage right there. So takes the shot in any case. These 2 units prep fire. It should be now no defensive fire. I guess not. Nobody has lost to anybody. Actually, I would be cutting it close. All right. Routing forward. Why are we routing forward? Does he see him? I thought no. I thought not. So now we're already on to ally turn 3. We're rolling to see if we can recover from our broken past, and their DM comes off. Here we go again. And we're gonna Try and move up. Uh-oh. Is he going to take a shot? 8 down 2. Rolled a 9, so it's probably a 1 morale check. Yep, 1 morale check. Rolls a 7, so he's broken. He's 4 resids. We took the SS guy as a prisoner down there. And here we go. Moving up. Here comes another tank. Goes around the mines. Ooh, these two guys are killer stacks. Here we go with a first fire and a -2 acquisition. PI is coming up. Still doesn't see him. Awesome. Now he sees him. Loses concealment. Now what are you gonna do? Here goes the other dude. Ooh. Advancing right point blank to the AT gun, then flanking him. Well, this dude has mandatory wall advantage. There's no in-X-10. And here are the mortars moving up. Doesn't bode well for that AT gun. Goes to fire. And perhaps it was intensive fire, I'm not sure, but old boxcar, so he's broken. Yep, we're advancing fire phase. Broken. So we're now routing back into the woods. He routes back. He rode into open ground. Oh, there's a building there, so he's good. He's good. Advancing. And here they go. Rolling for concealment, I suppose. Nah. Alright, so now it's Axis turn 3. He did not rally because he was under DM. And now we have a little firefight with Stein, the 658 and LMG firing there. That's a wooden building. That was an 8-up 2 shot, 1 in morale check, and he fails. Actually pins. How's that possible? Oh, 458. It broke. Oh, wait a second. Rolled a 9. Rolled a 9. 8 plus 2. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 8 plus 2. Oh well. Something wasn't right. Oh well. Mistakes do happen. That was the only prep fire I had. Now it's on to defensive fire. And Sherman is trying to take that location out. I don't think he got anything more than a knack. Allied Sang. These guys break. That was a 6-up 4 shot and rolled a 3. Wow. Each of these guys rolled a 10 in the morale checks. Ooh, we just ended log 2, so I'll pause the video and we'll get back to log 3. Here we are, guys. So now we're at Axis turn 3 and moving right along. Allied turn 4. Allied turn 4, let's focus in on that action here. Let's make it bigger as well. There you go. Right. Going for weather. None. we forgot something. Self-rally. Didn't make it. He can rally. And he should have rallied. Let's see. 8, 9, 10 with the -1 leader. Rally. Casualty reduction. Wounded. Wound severity, only 2. And I guess these boys are rallying. I hope I didn't get that wrong. Looks like I didn't. That's good. The unit, though, is not rallied. TM comes off. Allied turn 4 prep fire phase. So the tank that has an ACK on that fortified location is going to take another shot. 8 infantry target type, +1 buttoned up, +4 for the TEM, -1 acquisition. Rolls a 5. 6 up 4. Rolls a 5. Up 4. So that was a miss. But with the MGs, that's a 6 up 4, and the Allied Sand. Normal morale check. Here we go again. Leader passes. Squad, half squads. Yeah. So these boys are going to fire there. Another 6 up 4. Those an 11. Oh, these guys were firing there. Okay. That's a 12 up 4. Missed. Here comes the other tank. Point blank. That's not nice. Here come the prisoners. Oh, he's pretty much now a sitting duck. And he'll have to rout because I have a tank adjacent to him. I think the leader could have opted for our Panzerfaust, but hey, nobody's perfect. And I think I was playing the Germans equally as I was playing the British. I really wanted to have a fair game here, but invariably I did make some mistakes, including I believe I forgot the British reinforcements to come in. So here I have a clear note saying enter on turn 4. It is turn 4, and completely forgot about them off board because I was too focused on the action going down here. I wasn't really expecting a quick advance to unravel here. Oops, no LOS. Rolls only to hit in any case. Let's have a cup of joe. You know, but you're playing solo, but how things unravel can make the experience really intense. Advancing fire. And here we are now with a killer stack. Do we really need it in this location? Not really. These guys are gone, and the whole trick to the game now is let's move this way. These guys should be on the bottom of that AFE. Yeah, in the meantime, right, we're adjacent to these guys, more or less, and and it's the bottom of turn 4, but we completely forgot our reinforcements off the board, and this guy is just sitting there guarding this path, I suppose. So I really couldn't move him there, and in a way I was fortunate that he was there because the British just sliced through the map board given this beautiful cover, you know, and took at least one flank of the village, and the mines were somewhat effective. So really keeping in mind the scenario and the type of Sherman that is in play, it's important for the British player to brush up on the rules with respect to gun duels, because otherwise you're pretty much toast. So now we're at Axis turn 4. Mostly everybody's rallying. There you go. I think they're backing at him. So let's just check up on this guy. Oh, not there. I'm not too sure that was a right thing to do, rallying him. He's actually a 6+1 if he's wounded. So that's a mistake I just caught right there. I'm easily fooled by the counter art. Yep. Already on defensive fire phase. DM the guy. I'm not too sure how he became a passenger. I don't recall him being a passenger. Must be a vassal gremlin. What turn are we on? Ally turn 5. At some point or another, I realized, hey, where are those reinforcements? Okay. There's no loss. He dashed across the street. All right. Here we go. It was a free LOS check for the concealment to be stripped. Now we strip him of concealment. First fire there. Rolled an 11. Left 4 residuals in there. These guys are DM'd because he moved up. This is ally turn 5. You're so focused on taking the village, you forget your reinforcements off board. Big disappointment. Now his covered arc is fixed, even though he has raked. And we're trying to move everybody up. And at one point or another, I believe I forgot this AFE completely. Because the intense action is taking place here. And your focus is, in playing this scenario, is to get your existing forces situated in a way that you'll deny a clean advance to the German reinforcements here. So we're trying to deny him a route location so we can take him prisoner, get him out of the fight. Here we go. Now we have a means of firing back at this killer stack and then having these guys advance. So it's rally phase, Axis turn 5. Let's see what will ensue. So that was the weather roll, no weather. We have a prep fire. 4 up 1? Why 4 up 1? Oh, that's why. He's concealed. Oh, God. All right. Ineffective. Defensive fire. Defensive fire. There goes the killer stack. Let's see. So we got here 8, 12, 14, 18, 20. 20 up 3. Yep, 20 up 3. Goes an 8. 2MC. So we need a 7, 6, 6. Goes a 9. Goes the allied sign. Goes a 6. So what were the consequences here? Let's see. Hold on. There's no SAM activation. We have the leader broken, one squad pinned, and the crew is hunky-dory. So we're advancing. And let's go on to log number 4. So here's the situation at Axis turn 5. I think we're going to ally turn 6. Let's see. Axis turn moves off board. Alright, yep, it's ally turn 6. Have I realized that the reinforcements come in yet? Yeah, I think not. Let's see. Rally phase. Reading data from random.org. And there's no weather. Darn it, forgot turn 4 reinforcements. 2 turns later. 2 turns later, these guys become apparent that they exist. I guess the incentive for the reminder was these goons down here. Oh well. Oh look, I am preparing the units to come on board here. Let's see what setup I ultimately picked. There we go. Did we name the leader? Stuart. There goes little Stuart. Well, these guys come in on turn 6 as well now. There's 2 tanks, a couple of infantry. There they are, getting all set with their half squads. Everybody comes in on board concealed. Now back to rally phase, 5 or less, makes it. A nice little rebound. Mueller's up and at him. We're on to prep fire. Should be. I just made an indicator that the killer stack is going to fire. Yeah, we have LOS. We double checked it again. 20 up 3. There's the Axis sign, and that's a 7 on the 20. 2MC, 766. Let's see what happens. Couple of pins and couple no good. Okay, these boys are advancing. We managed to break everybody except the leader. It's 2 morale check. One was a 9. I may have miscalculated the last one. Yeah. The last one I think would have been a pin. Alright, where's he going? I miscalculated the move, so I took it back and redid the numbers. There you go. So these guys are coming on board now, and we're checking for concealment loss. So we have 1 unit up there that can see and strip concealment from all the advancing units. Those are the half tracks. I'm surprised that, yeah, there they are. They're getting stripped of concealment. There are the other boys. Into the wheat field, disembarking. I'm not too sure if I had enough movement points to disembark. Obviously I didn't. Alrighty. So here we are rolling a 9 to hit, plus 410. Not sure who was firing. Oh, probably down here. Let's take a look and see. 15. Yep, they're firing, trying to dislodge him from the trench. That dude is encircled. The units are taken prisoner. That was a short log file. Yep, let's pause and load the other log file. So we're in a bit of a bind here, and a bit of a situation. Bottom of the, not the top of the 6th, and the German reinforcements are coming in. I have a close combat roll here. I think ultimately we're going to eliminate the leader. Yeah. So no quarters in effect now. And moving rather along. Oh, we're getting the Germans set up to advance. All right, let's go on. Putting a little grid there. So the plan here, once these units are set up, I'll let you know what the plan was. Okay. There's the big old monster. So here is what the plan is. Let's zoom out. The plan is to bring the half tracks through this area here, retake this trench, and get these boys bruised up. Okay, avoiding the village entirely, and the role of the 88s would be to dislodge the British from these hexes here, out of the village. Now, with this hex being in there, it's protected more or less from armor attacks to a certain level. And these guys here, they have a support role with the medium machine gun taking this position, the mortar taking this position, the 658 just being a bit of a pest with the potential of going up here. Ultimately, the plan did not unravel, so I will run through this log, and then I'm going to skip the next log to the last one because I've already been talking 48 minutes, and usually I plan these videos to be only 20 minutes long because nobody wants to spend an hour and watch these videos. The other thing that I want to let you know is I've kind of quit promoting my videos on Facebook, in part because the statistics show that most of my videos are found through an internal search in YouTube. I'm pretty sure posting on Facebook helps. However, I don't want to support a platform where fake news prevails. There's social engineering, there's bad behavior, and there's just too much politics involved in that. It's just, the platform is not the best of the world as we see it. It could be much better, it could be more ethical, and it's not. So that's my personal choice. I don't want to promote my videos through Facebook anymore. So I'd like to urge you to hit the notification button, hit the like button. This way, you'll be notified that a video exists. I'll try it that way. I'll try gaining organic growth the old-fashioned way, the hard way, through YouTube. And so basically, this is what the plan is entailing. The half-tracks advance unimpeded because there's little or no allied armor to stop them. And these guys here, they're the juggernaut. They're going to try and dislodge the British from the village. Powerful guns, but if you don't have luck on your side, even an 88 ain't gonna do much. So there's now lots of firefights being unraveled on the board, with the British having a good line of fire here against this lonely squad, but what are they going to do against that? Oh, this guy already got shocked by a lucky shot. Let's go on. That dude just broke. We get an AR, and then we realize that's a Russian AR. Hey, let's replace it with the British AR. We're doing the spotting round, artillery. Now we're advancing into position. This tank got blown to bits, and he's no surprise there. We broke the radio. Now we're going to advance and do what? I mean, let's pause a second. I do apologize for that little pause. We need a little break. And so we're Ally turn 7, prep fire phase. Actually, we should have been on the movement phase. Probably forgot to advance the tracker. Yes, we're moving. Here we go. Now we unloaded the AT gun. Yep. And according to the SSR of this area, is unarmed vehicles are subject to recall, so we move them off. There you go. Moving on up. Picked up a German light machine gun. Picked up another MMG. And there we have a +2 hindrance. +2 blocage. Needs a turret hit. That's the way I played it. And we managed to put a AR there. I think the battalion mortar was very ineffective for both sides, in part because the SR was going out of their line of sight, trying to get the spotting round in the right place was wrong. It's just not happening. So at this point, I'm going to skip towards the last part of the log file so you can see the conclusion of this solo gameplay. All right, let's pause. So 54 minutes in, we just only skipped one log file. This is the conclusion. We're at Ally turn 9. The Germans have advanced, but still have not taken this village. All my tanks have shifted their attack from here to there, hoping that these 88s will do some damage, but in fact, very little damage has been done. These units managed to form a fire group to take care of these guys, but again, there's more there's not enough turns left for the German player to succeed in dislodging the British player from these two fortified locations and getting off enough um, units to win the game with 40 EVPs or VPs. So we are here. We are now exchanging fire. We only pinned this little. Oh well. Well, at least we took this position here, but that was an 11 to hit. Axis sand. Forgot about it. Probably because I was rolling the Germans as well. Yeah, I was rolling the Germans as well. Allied sand. Forgetting the sand checks. Here we have an FFE. Going for FFEs. Got these guys just pinned up. One guy broken. Right. Mortar's firing in there. To hit is too high. All of a sudden, the game dice rolls are going to average to above average. Got another Sherman. That wasn't hard to do. So these guys are repositioning. Got a little bit of a close combat situation there. And that was pretty much the end of the game. That was pretty much the end of the game. We got some units, casualties here again. The British radio ultimately was muffed to no end. We had quite a few casualties on both sides, quite a few prisoners. The German player was not able to retake the village in hindsight. These guys should have advanced through the wheat field, through the orchard, and did a frontal assault. They're tough boys, 658s. Dislodged the British player, left a token force there, and then really should have run for the hilt and the hills, but it did not happen. I was too optimistic as a German player that the 88s would make a difference, but they did not really, except that they did some damage to the British armor. So that's pretty much it in terms of how this scenario played out. I think the system or the little nuance that I implemented in order to play this game solo, this scenario solo, worked very well. I thoroughly enjoyed playing solo. It really gave me practice with my armor and my two-hit calculations. That's the point of it, having fun as well. And it is a fun solitaire scenario if you're comfortable playing both sides to the best of your ability and implementing that little scheme where your hip units show up random as as the attacker moves. The same thing for the AT mines. With that said, what I have in store for the next couple of episodes will be a couple of AARs based on the scenarios that I played in the virtual tournament. And I hope that in the next while, things will improve and I'll be able to attend the Montreal tournament in person. So with an hour into this video, I think I gotta get myself organized and start clipping some counters and putting things in some Plano boxes. So with that said, I bid you a great weekend, and hopefully I'll see you next week. And don't forget to click on the like and notification button. Take care.